The sale of forms for various elective offices by the ruling All Progressive Congress, APC, has begun. Hence, the battle for tickets is on. Governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, has become the first APC presidential aspirant to purchase the party's expression of interest and nomination form for 100 million naira. In a statement by the Director of Media and Publicity of the Yahaya Bello campaign organization, Jemi Kolapo, she assured esteeming supporters that the name will be on the ballot paper for the 2023 presidential election. Let's hear Governor Yahaya Bello.
On behalf of the National Chairman and members of the NWC, I want to present you the nomination form, which is 20 million, 20 million, and the expression of interest form, which I have paid 30 million for it. Therefore, on behalf of the National Chairman.
Right now, what we have ahead of us is a task of canvassing and consulting all party faithfuls, leaders, stalwarts, delegates, members, and even all Nigerians from our home and across in diaspora to give us a support, to support us so that we become the flag bearer of this great party come 30th and 31st of May 2023. And by the special grace of God, I am confident that I shall become victorious and the party shall become victorious in general by the grace of God. Thank you.
Your Excellency, you said Nigerians are happy.
As we call him the White Lion, and he blazed the trail and he went for that ticket as a nomination expression fee.
It's good that it's the first
100 million naira.
Yes, everybody has been complaining about the amount, which APC actually set for their nomination form, especially the presidents, and it's like they don't even want to listen. Even with the people we are thinking that, oh, this is still 100 million, people are still coming back and saying that they have interest. So you'll be looking at, and people are saying there's poverty in Nigeria. 100 million is not small money, Ayo. So you understand? So when people come out and say, oh, they want to be president and they want to buy 100 million naira form, Ayo, it shows that there is money in this country. The White Lion has bought his own now. Don't forget the Minister of State for Education has also bought his own. Okay? And people are already complaining. Though so many groups today, I can't count the number of groups that have written complaining that students are at home and then the Minister of State for Education is buying nomination form worth 100 million.
But we said yesterday that the man before becoming a minister is a man of means.
Yes, we know that he's a man
that
of
means. That is not serving as minister, that he was made already.
See, it is, these few days, I have sat down to look at Nigeria. It's like some people are just doing things without conscience. And it is really bad. It is really, really bad. That students will be home and the Minister of State for Education will be buying nomination form to become president. And then other ministers who have things to do to make sure that the country moves forward, they are going to buy they are moving up and down now, doing consultation, meeting delegates and all that. But their ministry is suffering. Well, we wish them luck.
Now, Governor Yahaya Bello is from the North Central. The chairman of that party is from North Central. A lot of people will say that the odds are against him, but he's still trudging on.
I very much think that the odds are against him. He's one of the at least 15 aspirants you have in the APC. And the thinking is that the presidency will go to the south. That's the general thinking. But he is there, the first person to buy the form. He's talking with confidence. I don't know where he got his confidence from. But for me, I think it's not likely to get it. But this man is very serious. You know, his tenure as governor ends in 2024, January. So he's ready to throw that away. Of course, if he does not win, he can still, he's not an appointee, he's an elected person. But personally, I do not see Yahaya Bello winning that primary. I do not see him winning.
That's your own opinion.
That's my opinion. Yeah, that's my opinion. I'm supposed to express, express my opinion.
It will be left for the delegates of APC.
But I give it to him. He's confident against all odds, against what a lot of pundits will say. So let us see whether he's going to pull some magic. You know.
Okay, Jide.
But it's doubtful, very, very doubtful.
Governor Yahaya Bello and the Minister of State for Education blazing the trail in terms of obtaining the party form, 100 million naira for the #1 seat.
See, I would have been surprised if the White Lion didn't go ahead to buy the form. He is one of the earliest to join the race. He had been talking about becoming president for over a year now. And no one can say that, oh, I'm surprised that he eventually bought the form. Do you know how much effort he has invested moving around, receiving people, mobilizing young people because of his interest in the presidential race? So he can't now get to the point when you need to buy the form to validate your interest. That is after he declared at Eagle Square. It was the first Eagle Square that he wants to be president of Nigeria. No man would do all of that. Receive all of the people that has been receiving, footballers, actors and actresses and the rest. And then time will come to buy the form, then he will not buy form. Nobody does that now. So I'm not surprised that he has finally bought the form after formally declaring his interest at Eagle Square. So he keeps saying that it is the turn of the North Central to produce the president of this country. That is what Yahaya Bello has been saying for some time now. Whether he will get the support that he desperately needs to win the primaries, whether he will be able to achieve a miracle, only time will tell. As time will determine who eventually will win that ticket. People are talking about Jonathan. People are talking about Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Some are talking about the VP. Some are already supporters of those aspirants are abusing one another. But clearly, in my view, the supporters who are abusing one another are people who choose not to think. Because politicians have a way of coming together. Now, if you are hitting your heads against the wall because of politicians, it means that you still have a lot of thinking to do. So the race has officially begun. We will be expecting, even the former governor of Ogun State, he too has declared his interest. So more and more people are coming out. In the next 1 or 2 weeks, we'll see a lot more people coming out. We'll see even Asiwaju himself officially declaring, because he has gone to Mecca now to seek the face of God and to officially tell God that he wants to contest. So his own declaration will be after he has sought the face of God and prayed about it. So these are interesting days. For us as journalists, ours is simply to look at what's going on and continue to be on top of the situation. We are not, ours is not to take sides, to say this is my candidate, this one will win, that one will not win. Time is what will decide who will eventually win. Those who are saying Mr. President is favoring this person, is favoring that person, time will show us whether indeed Mr. President has people that is favoring. Time will show us whether after the APC told us that the primaries will be by what's it called? Indirect. Whether it is consensus that they will do at the end of the day. Again, time will tell. But congratulations to Yahaya Bello. He appears to be dogged and determined, but it is the members of the APC, card-carrying members of the APC, accredited delegates of the APC, who will determine whether he is the one who will become the standard bearer of the party in the presidential election. So we can only watch and see what happens in the coming days.
Okay, I have Kenneth. Kenneth is calling us from Benin in Edo State. Thank you for joining us, Kenneth.
Yeah.
Go ahead, please.
Good afternoon.
Go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, thank you for joining us, Kenneth.
Thank you. How is everything going over there?
Very well, thank you.
All right. The issue of the nomination form of 100 million, I don't know what is wrong with the country. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, go on.
You are live.
Hello?
You are on, please go on. Kenneth.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello?
Oh, Kenneth. Okay. Well, as we go, now, looking at it's like harvest time for the APC. Just look at 100 million naira and the people we've seen so far. So if over 10 people come together.
That is almost a billion.
That's a billion. 100 million. And I'm sure from my counting, from my rough estimates, there are going to be more than, 15. At the end of the day, close to 20. Yeah. Not forgetting that
we have governorship too.
The former, yes, we have, of course. That's another kida. The former governor of Ogun State, that Senator Ibikunle Amosu, the senator representing Ogun Central, has indicated that on the 5th of May, he's going to declare officially. And
the major bank holiday.
The chairman of the Governors Forum, John Kaide Fayemi, JKF from Ekiti State, he has been consulting. That so hoping that after the fasting period that he too is expected to declare.
So I know the president once told them, I think it was during the next meeting, that the party, the NWC, will have to find a way to make money for themselves, as in fund the secretariat. So I think this is a way of trying to fund the secretariat, rather than going cap in hand.
And weeding out on serious aspirants.
Yes.
Because if you are not really serious, to cough out 100 million naira
is not a main fit at all. Of course now. So I want to believe that everybody that is signifying interest, they already have their game plan. Whether they want to just buy the form for them to consolidate on whatever they will get from the incoming president is left for them to know. But the thing is, it is more money for the NWC.
All right. In case you're just joining us, you're right on time. For Journalist Hangout, I have Asuko, James, and Paul that are with me, and Jide is somewhere in Borno State and joining us by Skype. Paul, now we've seen that, look, it's going to be the business of delegates. At the end of the day, over 7,000 delegates, and they are trying to mop up their delegates list. And meanwhile, the national, the neck of the party has handed over emergency powers to the NWC of the party. They will be able to take absolute decisions and do some other things. And they fixed on the 30th to the 1st of June. That's back to back. It can go, if they decide to go on the indirect primaries, they can go for 2 days, trying to sort out who becomes the candidates of the All Progressive Congress.
Yes, definitely. And they have to get that done because June 3rd is the
final date
for You can't,
for submission.
If you don't submit before
so you must submit, they must get a winner.
You must get it. If you don't submit before then you don't have a candidate. And I'm sure they are not going to gamble with that. Well, whoever is going to emerge to get the ticket must be able to be in the good books of the governors. Because the governors control the delegates. They have already opted for indirect primary, except...
That's if they don't go for consensus.
That's what I'm saying, if it does not change. If it does not change. So they have to... The governors, all of us know that the governors are a bloc, a very strong... In fact, they are like a cult. They largely hold...
Will they want one of them to emerge?
Well, we keep hearing all sorts. We keep hearing all sorts. But we can't tell yet, because we know that there are governors who have pitched their support for certain aspirants. For example, we know that the governor of Lagos State is Asiwaju. We know that the governor of Kano State is with Asiwaju. Governor of Ogun State has declared support for the vice president. Some other governors, they will tell us clearly where they belong. But it's who has the greatest the best structure, who is able to win over, reach out to anybody who's going to be a president must definitely be able to get the support of majority of the governors. Because when we talk about delegates, we are talking of governors. Because governors determine who represent their states as delegates. Indirect primary is supposed to be the people in the state, the party members in the state electing the delegates. But we know that it's actually governors that determine these things.
Juliet, some people will tend to disagree with Paul Dada in the sense that, look, that some states in Nigeria that, they don't have APC governors. And those states, the delegates might be a battleground for these aspirants.
Yes, of course. Those states are up for grabs. Some states like Adamawa, Taraba, APC has not got governors in those places. States like Oyo and the states of the southeast. The states of the southeast definitely will see a tough battle amongst the governors. Those are hunting grounds. They will just simply go to those places to look for people who will vote for them. And in some states like Kano, Katsina, it's a very straightforward thing. We know who the delegates are, the party is in control in those states. But for those states that the APC has not produced governors, the battle is going to be keen in those places. And I can tell you that some candidates are already gaining ground in some of those states. Already the structures of the APC in those states are already with some of these aspirants. So everyone is just waiting to see the way the contest will shape up, the decision that the NWC will make. If people are trying to bring in, are still desperate to bring in Jonathan, it means that some of them have not given up on the matter of consensus, because I don't see how Jonathan can win a flat-out contest, an indirect or direct primary election in a party that he had not been in for years, because he's an outsider. He doesn't have structures. He doesn't have a strong supporter. So the only way by which someone like Jonathan can emerge is by consensus. If people are eroded, people are forced to adopt him. But a lot of these aspirants are working hard. They are traveling to the states to see how many potential delegates they can earn. And they all have the delegates list as we speak. Every day they are looking at the delegates list and imagine.
That's the Bible now.
Yes. Projecting amongst themselves who and who can defeat them, who and who they will defeat, in those states. So when you talk to their handlers. They will tell you, look, we are confident that in Katsina we can win. We are confident that in Kano we can win. We've seen the delegates list. We know those who will vote. So, and we've been working hard to get those people on our side. So, it's a very, very interesting contest that we are going to see if the leaders of the party, including Mr. President, allow us to see an indirect primary and not try to force the consensus arrangement on everyone. If it's a straight contest, then it will be very interesting, just as interesting as what we witnessed in 2014 when President Buhari emerged. And I'm sure that if it was put to vote today, an overwhelming majority of APC members will say that it is the indirect primaries that they want. The delegates can't wait for indirect primaries. That is the time when they make money. Dollars will come their way at that time. So they can't wait. But if it were to be a consensus arrangement, a lot of them will go back home empty-handed. That's not what they want to see. They want to see a contest where the most popular of the aspirants will match. It's easy to rally support around a popular choice. Where someone is not popular, where you literally force people to accept someone, it will be difficult to rally the party around that kind of person as a candidate. So I wish the APC leaders luck. I wish them the wisdom that they desire at this time to make the right choice, to make the right decision that will shape the future of the party.
It's going to be interesting.
Yes, very, very interesting.
In the month of May, for both parties, I think the People's Democratic Party, they've already fixed theirs on the 29th of May.
28th and
28th and 29th. And we're going to have the APC from the 30th.
I'm also wondering, what of other political parties? Because
we are not even hearing about them.
The country has gravitated, or is fast gravitating towards the famous two-party states. Yes, we have other political parties, but
because
there are some parties you don't get to hear about until election. You wonder what they are doing.
They don't have the kind of war chest, and they don't have the kind of followership that the APC.
So they should just leave Twitter and go outside and talk to people.
Oh, they should leave Twitter?
Yes.